This guitar I haven't had for very long. It's a 1943, I believe, Gibson LG-2 or LG-2, and considered one of the banner year Gibsons, where they boast that only a Gibson is good enough logo on there. And the reason why I got this guitar is I was honored and thrilled to be part of the Robert Plant, Alison Krauss tour, the Raise the Roof tour in 2022. And we had been given the list of songs for the tour a few months before we actually started rehearsing, and one of them included was one of my all-time favorite Led Zeppelin tunes, Battle of Evermore, and I had kind of been thinking that if I'm going to play Battle of Evermore, that guitar that I play is instantly going to become a family heirloom because Led Zeppelin it's like one of my favorites, and that's probably one of my top 10 tunes. I just grew up listening to it, and it still sounds great to me all after all these years. And so I talked to the guys at Gruen Guitars. There's a guy, Tony Nagy, and said, I'm looking for something that it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to be special. And I always really liked this era of the Gibson LG2s because, or even the J45s, because they had these crazy huge necks at the time. I mean, and me primarily being a bass player, it felt familiar. They're just giant, and a lot of the time they were multiple pieces of wood necks at the time, with the little stripes in there. I don't even know what kind of wood it is, but there's just a substantial, very straight, comfortable to play instrument. And he had told me that there was a number of instruments that weren't necessarily they were in the queue to be repaired, and apparently this one had been sitting around upstairs in the area, in the repair shop, and it was either like one of the employees kind of wanted it, or was just kind of in limbo. And once they heard what it was going to be possibly used, they said, oh, okay, well, maybe we could make this one available. And so they ended up putting it together for me in order for to have it in time for when we started rehearsals for it. And it turned out to be everything that I wanted it to be.